Individually turning them around.
What is this?
Hello everyone, welcome back to round 3. We got Swans versus Mono Green Tron. What a matchup.
And Ben Kennedy appears to be a very young fellow. So good on him
yes,
for
good eyes.
for meeting the expectations, exceeding the expectations of Wizards' age requirement on the game.
Oh yeah, maybe maybe not.
I wish I had started playing I owned Magic cards when I was as young as Ben probably is, but I only played with my brothers and was certainly not.
Do you think he willingly chose to play Swans, or somebody gave like?
That's a good question.
Or like
That's a good question. It might be the only deck he could afford.
Because you know, even if he's that young, but if he willingly chose to play Swans, I can't support it.
Yeah, I'm
For those who
impressed.
Don't know, Seismic Swans is one of my probably my least favorite deck. I can never beat it for whatever reason.
It's just silly. I don't mind it though. I think it's kind of cool.
My opponent always has, their hands are usually bad because their deck is like 42 lands or whatever. My opponent always has it every trip.
Every time.
It's just not.
Like this if you cry every time. So Mario, can I get all of these?
Sure.
Mario's trying to steal the isolated chapel that I opened. And I want a bunch of his bulk rares in exchange. So this looks like a fine hand, yeah. I guess. What is that green card?
There's a green card in his hand?
Maybe not.
No, it's Treasure Hunt. It looks like a green card, but it's a blue card with green background. I'm not sure. How does like Tron match up? I don't know if this matchup works at all. Like, I mean, my guess. I guess they can like kill Karn with the Seismic Assault.
Yeah, no. My guess is that it's just a straight race. Yeah. If Terrell gets off a Karn first, and he blows up your land, you lose. I think the play draw is really big here. You just want to be the first person to go off. I think that's really it. Is do I get the Karn liberated, or did you get Swans to go off? Given that nothing, Ben's not going to interact with Terrell at all. Right. Except for if he,
some things.
Right. He can shock. Is shocking Wormcoil? That's not real. I mean, if you're shocking Wormcoil to death, you would just be killing your opponent.
Faithless Looting. All right. Well, that's already an innovative addition to.
So Ben is 2-0. Ben has won his.
No, it was 3-3 the pair up.
Oh, okay. So Ben has just won one game.
Both players are 1-1.
I don't know how you can play Faithless Looting in this deck, but I guess it's. Maybe if you just play those 4, and that's like the only spell besides Treasure Hunt.
Yeah, maybe.
Turn 1 star. So Terrell opted not to play turn 1 mapped. Is that because he has natural Tron?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
He could also just want to play Sylvan Scrying out of hand, but he drew the Forest anyway. So I assume he made green mana. We're drawing an O-Stone, looks like.
Yeah, O-Stone is kind of relevant in this matchup. I guess you can blow up the Swans.
Play a Stirrings.
Enchantment if you need to. But yeah, I mean, I guess it is really just a race. There's no instant speedway that Terrell can really interact with this combo. I don't even think. I guess out of the board he could have Warping Whale to kill the Swans if he needs to, but it seems kind of narrow. Here's a World Breaker. World Breaker can actually exile the Seismic Enchantment if he needs to. So here's the Expedition map. And Ben does have the turn 3 Seismic Assault, so that's always what you want with this deck. Basically, you go turn 3 Seismic Assault, turn 4 Swans of Bryn Argol, and then you just win most of the time. It doesn't look like Ben has the Swans yet, so he's going to have to delay his combo for a bit. And Terrell decided to go get the Urza's Tower, and he does have the Sylvan Scrying to get the 3rd piece next turn. but we'll see if it's fast enough. Of course, a lot of Ben's deck is basically just dead draws of just lands, since that's the majority of his deck.
Yeah, his draw step's not super important.
He does have this treasure map, or treasure hunt, I'm sorry, here, that can find an online card guaranteed. Alright. Don't think Terrell has another play yet. We're just going to pass it back to Ben. And he found a land, unsurprisingly.
No, there was a little suspense involved
there. It was
there.
important to note there, Ben actually, without any dual lands, he's actually not able to go directly from Seismic Assault into Swans, because Swans is double blue and Seismic Assault is triple red.
Do we think he doesn't even have Shivan Reef?
You need at least some dual, well, he hasn't seen it yet, but you need some amount of dual lands. So here's another Seismic Assault.
So this deck might actually be really, really cheap.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cheap decks are like actually 100, 200 bucks. Yeah. This might actually be... So Seismic Assault is spiked a little bit, right? It's like $4, $5, $6 card.
Yeah. It was up to 10 when MTG Goldfish did a
feature of the deck. Yeah. Well, because it also like spiked an IQ somewhere or something.
Yeah, well that's how it originally got popular again. All right, so here's someone trying to find our third Tron piece. This will give Terrell 4 mana this turn, which will let him play his O-Stone if he so desires. Like I said, probably one of the most relevant cards for the matchup. So
yeah, O-Stone seems pretty good. I guess sticking Karn here isn't even good. I mean, you take one of his lands, but obviously he's got lots of other lands, and he kills the Karn. You can take the Seismic Assault. Yeah.
You could also just start like ticking up, but I don't really know what restarting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good ticking up on Karn is. You can.
Now Ben drew a Bolt.
Can you afford to play Lightning Bolt in this deck?
He's close to just burning him out.
Yeah, I guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's got 6 or 5 lands.
So 12. So he's got 15 damage in hand. Is that right?
5 lands and a Bolt.
Yeah, I think it's 6 lands and a Bolt. Maybe, I'm not sure.
No, he also. Oh, you're right. Yeah, currently you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty close.
Going for it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think there's no reason to do that now.
So down to 6.
You should only do that to discard the hand size. So you should do it once. But since you can do those at instant speed, you should just hold on to those. But
what's on Terrell's finger? I think it's some sort of bone spur thing. I'm not entirely sure. But all right, so Terrell down to 6 with Bolt in hand that puts him at 3. Unfortunately, Terrell is not going to do any damage to himself this game.
But yeah, I guess the onus is on Terrell here, because you O-Stone take out this Vortex, but we have another one in hand.
Where is the Naya? That's what ooh, not sure I can pronounce this name.
Is that a World Breaker in Terrell's hand?
Clostradish?
Yeah, we got a World Breaker here. That's a big deal.
Right, that can take out the enchantment. Although Ben does actually have the second enchantment.
Yeah, but then we got the O-Stone follow-up. Yeah. Well, so I guess if you're Terrell, I guess Terrell doesn't know about the second enchantment. No, cracking the O-Stone is a better play if you know about the enchantment, because then you have to blow up your own World Breaker, but then you just get it back by sacking. So
if you're reading the World Breaker the first time,
you're not going to be happy.
That's not a good card.
What does this card do?
Oh, it deals with.
It means you lose.
Permanent in my deck.
It's too bad that World Breaker doesn't kill Planeswalkers, though.
Yeah, that would be very powerful. The secondary reanimation text on World Breaker not super relevant. It's not gonna be dying anytime soon in this matchup, because it would take a discard of 4 lands to kill it.
Right.
So Ben did draw a land there. So if he draws a second land,
that puts you to 1 damage. Yeah, 1 life. Yeah. This is interesting. So I guess if you're Ben, you just keep that Sulfuric in hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is that card actually called?
Seismic Assault.
Seismic Assault. It's not a Sulfuric Vortex. It's not a Molten Vortex. It's a Seismic Assault. So we're plussing up on Karn. So that's
actually relevant, yeah.
Yeah, it's super relevant.
Oh, no, we reconsidered. We're going down on Karn.
Well, that's also good, though, because we don't have triple red since we have this basic island.
Oh, Ben just... Oh, wow, Ben could have flashback his Faithless Looting there. I think he made
So we did get the mountain. But if Karn keeps plussing up, we can't keep up unless we draw a treasure hunt.
Yeah, you're right.
We cannot mathematically keep up without a treasure hunt. That's too bad. Which we could have. We could have won if this island were a dual land.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right.
Damn, that's too bad.
I think... So he could just play land Seismic Assault here. That might force Karn to go down. Which buys him... I mean, which can kind of unlock it, like get him out from this like lock.
Yeah, I guess you just... Yeah, if in response to whatever Terrell does, you just fire the bolt at his face. Or the land at his face, and then you hope to draw a burn spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. Forcing... Well, it doesn't force Karn to... Well... Terrell could put he could put a fate counter on Karn, but then he loses to top deck land.
Coil, so we got one turn, Ben. Hopefully you can get there.
Yeah, so Karn minus on the seismic.
Yep.
So do we have a lightning bolt?
No, we do have a Faithless Looting for a redraw if you remember.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know what it was.
It's a land. There's about an 80% chance it's a land. What do we got here? Come on, show us. Show us, Ben.
Doesn't seem good. He didn't bolt him immediately.
Yeah.
And it's a land. All right, so we do actually... He did forget about the Faithless Looting, unfortunately. And we would have drawn
Swans on top.
So that wasn't relevant.
Yeah, Terrell just... These Tron decks have so many ways to deal with permanence.
That was a close one, though, but yeah.
Yeah, it was close. Very close. Yeah, if Ben just had dual lands, he could have won there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tron does just have a ton of ways to deal with these permanents.
All just basic lands.
Yeah.
I gotta imagine he's got some Swiftwater cliffs. I'm gonna give this.
Give him some Swiftwater cliffs. Yeah. Even Temple of Epiphany would be fine.
Well, Temple's more expensive than Swiftwater cliffs. Even Izzet Guildgate would be fine.
Well, I don't know. Once you get into that territory, when the land's coming in tap for
like if he's
no value
on a budget, you know, like
yeah. Yeah, sure.
Wandering Fumarole, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess Fumarole's worth nothing now, right? Though Temple of Epiphany might still be.
Temple of Epiphany's like $10.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. You're kidding.
I think so. Or maybe that's a foil one. Yeah, no, that might be the foil.
I don't think it's $10. Card doesn't see any play.
That's $250 on Star City. Yeah, the foil one's.
That's what I would have said.
That's what I was thinking of.
I played a blue-black zombie infestation treasure hunt deck, very similar to this, but instead of shooting your opponent, you make zombies.
Can we donate some chivalries? Yeah, we could also get. Some
can we get a donation going through the a GoFundMe for Ben Kennedy?
I have some chivalries. I'll get him some chivalries.
Yeah. But anyway,
we do have dual lands. I just saw him shuffle through his deck there.
Oh, really? Just not a lot.
Some Highland Lakes.
Oh, Highland Lake is bad, but I guess it's fine in this deck.
Yeah. We'll see what else. Yeah, there's definitely some Highland Lakes in there, but also at least one other type of dual land. He did have chivalry.
I thought I saw the.
And a Swiftwater. We do have Swiftwater Cliffs as well. All right.
I thought I saw the one that comes in untapped when you reveal one of the reveal lands from Innistrad.
They didn't print those for blue red, so unlike.
Oh, okay. That must have been the Highland Lake. Anyway, I was gonna say this blue-black treasure hunt deck I have. It actually cost me a pretty penny because I tricked it out. I had 4 Temple of Deceit. I had 4 Zoetic Caverns. I had 2 Mutavaults, 2 Ghost Quarters, 2 Tech Edge. I mean, it was just tricked out with lands. It was almost a functional deck. Wow. It had so many lands.
So I saw that Ben left his Conclave too, and Tar Pit. I think you want your Smash to Smithereens in this matchup.
He left it in the board?
Yeah, it looked like it. It looks like they were still.
Yeah, it's tough though because it's not like you're playing Affinity.
Yeah, I mean,
hitting the O-Stones.
It would have won in the game if you drew there. You could have smashed Wormcoil, but.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like boarding an actual card, like the worse your treasure hunts get, like it just gets iffier and iffier. Did you take my cards?
We exchanged them, yes.
Oh, you just took the chapel?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Well, you know, you're a filthy scumbag, so. This Dreadshade card is a pretty sweet.
Dreadshade, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I love shade effects. Nantuko Shade is probably my favorite, and it's definitely the most eternally playable. But this one's pretty good. I wish it had like a keyword on it.
Yeah, like Menace.
So I was thinking about I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I wish it had Intimidate, but that would be so busted and limited.
Yeah.
Like that'd be so dumb. Like you drop it, and if your opponent doesn't remove it right away, you probably just win the game with it.
I mean, even Menace would probably.
Menace would have been fine.
Yeah.
Lifelink. How do we feel about Lifelink on it?
Vigilance of Flying, maybe.
Or Skulk. What about Skulk? Skulk would have been sweet.
Only a keyword for that one set.
Well, sure. Well, Skulk could be an eternal keyword, like an evergreen. They just decided not to yet. I say yet because I bet Skulk will be an evergreen at some point.
It's a super poorly received mechanic. So
why? Doesn't it just mean that it can't be blocked by creatures with power less than it?
Yeah, but it's just
that mechanic already shows up in like every set. It's just not with the keyword.
Is this a memorial to? There's a Vivid.
Oh, Vivid. Is that a Vivid Creek?
Yeah. I thought that was the new memorial, but
so if you're only making blue and red though, why would you?
I think that's the 9th dual, and I think he's got 4 Swiftwater Cliffs, 4 Highland Lakes, and then some number of Vivids.
But is it Guildgate is certainly cheaper than that card.
Yeah, but maybe he just had some.
And that card runs out of red.
That's true. Running out of red is not ideal.
Unless we're splashing a third color, I can't. Are we sure that's what that is? Vivid Creek.
Yeah, here's the other one. The Vivid Crag, I think, is the other one.
Yeah, that's the Vivid Creek for sure.
Vivid Creek is very nice art.
It's cool, yeah. I like Vivid Marsh a lot. Looks cool.
So we're thinking about this Faithless Looting here. I think you just pitch 2 lands probably every time you cast Faithless Looting.
Wait, are you sure, Mario? Are you sure you pitched the 2 lands? No, I think he's got some decisions here.
He does have 2 copies of Seismic.
Yeah, I think you pitch a Seismic. Well, it's iffy because you know your opponent has the removal for Seismic Assault, but you're also on the play here, and pitching that land could come back to bite you. But you have the Treasure Hunt.
I'm not sure about pitching the 2nd island, though, because we don't have a double 2nd blue for our Swan.
Well, I don't think we need Swans here.
Wait, he can just curve Seismic Assault into Swans if he wanted to, but he doesn't have the island anymore.
We might not need Swans.
What? That's how this deck wins. What do you mean?
No,
I mean,
but he has treasure. He has treasure.
He could treasure on into 20 or 10 lands, but
no, he would only need. Well, the thing is, if he would have discarded the other Seismic Assault and had this land, he could have treasure hunted. And he only needed to draw 8 to win.
It's still very.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
Terrell also has natural Tron here, so we'll see what results from this.
Oh,
I feel like we're playing 2 different games here.
This is when I described earlier. This is a straight race. This is what I was talking about.
Oh,
the Mana Leak. Can you afford to play Mana Leak in this deck though?
That was in his sideboard.
Yeah, I feel like
you get like 18 or to 20 non-land cards.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going on a hunt.
Yep.
See what a hunt digs up.
Oh, into the Swans.
Not great. And now we also don't have island to hold up Mana Leak.
That was worse than a cantrip because we had to reveal it.
Yeah. And now Karn has free reign. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this one's basically over.
I don't think this matchup is that unwinnable. It seems kind of even, but very play draw dependent, and also you gotta hope your opponent doesn't just have the natural turn 3 Karn.
I mean, Threat Tusk is fine, but like if he combos off, he'll be able to get around the 4.
It's gonna be real tough to combo off through Karn though.
Yeah. Ben's gonna exile a card from his hand now. Probably just. I don't know. You probably get rid of 1 copy of Swans.
Yeah, the problem is that we can't deploy Karn, or we can't deploy Swans and enchantment in the same turn.
Yeah.
So Karn's always going to be able to minus them.
Yeah.
And we probably don't have any meaningful way to answer Karn.
No, I'm not really sure what a blue-red deck could ever really
do. Well, draw Treasure Hunt is not bad. The question is, do you just cast Treasure Hunt?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. You might just have to discard a bunch here. Oh.
Bolt. Not great.
So, he can't actually play the Sulfuric here.
No. Seismic.
Or Seismic, I'm sorry. God, this is awkward. Okay, Terrell's going to let him play land.
Flashing in our land. Yeah, that's a classic play. We're going to bolt Thragtusk.
Ooh, bolting Thragtusk feels bad. Extremely bad. Unless you're with unless you have a Snapcaster. Bolting Thragtusk is really, really bad.
Nice unstable full art beast.
I guess you had to do it.
And Terrell even has the Nature's Claim too for a future Seismic Assault.
Thing is, if you would have played Seismic, well, I guess he couldn't. Yeah, he didn't have the bolt until after he cast Treasure Hunt.
Yeah.
If he had the bolt in hand, he could have played out a card like Seismic or Swans, and then Terrell would have minused on it, and then he could have bolted it because it was at 7, right? Oh no. So it still wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, no,
man, Karn is good, folks. What? That is a good Magic card.
We might see him restart the game here. Why not? Sometimes you just feel like restarting the game.
What is Terrell gonna do with Karn restarted the game here? We're gonna start with the Swan and and Terrell's gonna discard 5 Tron lands, deal his opponent 10 damage. Oh man.
The alternate use for Tron is to use them as fodder for Seismic Assault. Revealing the mana leak to our Treasure Hunt, not ideal.
I'm telling you, I don't think you can have as many cards as Ben has opted to have in his deck here. I mean, I know that the combo is to have Swan. I think there are really 2 philosophies about playing this deck. You can go on the Swans plan and like hard on the Swans plan, where like you play like 20 actual cards and 40 lands, but that means you kind of have to have Swans to combo. Otherwise, your Treasure Hunts just don't do enough. Yeah. The other plan is to play literally like 4 Swans, 4 Treasure Hunt, 4 Seismic, and that's it. And then 48 lands, right? Or maybe even only play like 2 or 3 Swans, and then just hope your Treasure Hunts draw you between 6 and 12 cards. But yeah, hit it. I mean, Treasure Hunt you got to count on for drawing you way more cards than Ben's have drawn him this game. I mean, I wonder how many non-land cards he has left in the deck. Could be this next Treasure Hunt draws us like 30 cards.
On the floor below Terrell. Somebody's perhaps.
What did someone say?
Somebody said there's a swamp on the floor somewhere. Clunky deck, do nothing for Shrine. Yeah, that's definitely the downfall of this deck. This deck doesn't interact with anything, really. I mean, it's basically just like a budget combo deck that has no filtering and no interaction. That's why I always get salty when I lose to this deck, because I always lose to this deck because they always have it, but you know. Oh, here's Ulamog.
Ulamog seems okay here.
you know.
Could get mana leaked, but we still lose 2 permanents. Actually, it can't get mana leaked because we don't have blue mana up. Because we don't have...
We have the... any cool Dominaria cards being played tonight. So far, Billy Caminos, we have seen Shalai, Voice of Penny, being cast out of the Esper Goryo's deck.
Yep, and our opponent did... Hunter did storm off through it because he had Pyromaster's Ascension.
Still lost the storm with the Voice of Penny in play.
I think we've seen something else, right?
No.
Oh, well, Andy had Damping Sphere in his sideboard.
Yeah, right. We didn't see Damping Sphere, though.
But we've also seen...
we saw a returning main character, Karn, not in current Dominaria.
Yeah, we saw Ghosts of Futures Karn.
Yeah.
Or past Karn.
Another bolt. Not great.
Billy, are you playing in the event this weekend in Columbus?
GP Columbus.
GP Columbus?
Yeah, that's also going on. Sealed. Team sealed. Shalai seems cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to play Shalai in Nayapa. I just bought one.
Cool, the Promise.
Oh, baby. Wow.
We don't have a... we discarded our mana leak to Karn. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Well, why would we discard the mana leak? I guess you need the other thing.
Well, your opponent does have... 20 mana in place.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure the mana leak.
But we could have countered this. I'm not sure what we're doing with the bolt. Man, this has been brutal. Ben had a great opportunity to win game 1 if he just had a slightly more expensive land. Yeah. That's tough.
I'm not even sure. Like, it might be that one of these basics he has is actually more than a Highland Lake, because it's from an older set.
Could be. Could be.
Who knows?
I don't know. These actually seem like pretty budget basics.
All right, so we'll see if... Oh, he just conceded. Doesn't even give him his turn.
Great effort by Ben, and a lot of courage showing up with the Swans deck to play against Green Tron. Though I think this matchup is very winnable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just have to beat them, right?
You just need your
opponent. If you combo off on turn 4 on the draw, like
right. You need your opponent's first or second land to be basic forest or ghost quarter instead of a Tron land.
Because they can't really interact with you, but if you are too slow, you just lose.
Right.
So. They can't interact with you on the way there, I suppose.
Right. Well, folks, we could get another match, or you could watch Mario and I play Commander.
Yeah. Would you let us know which would you rather have for the next 25 minutes?
And so you know some of the matches we could watch this round. I don't know the matches, but some of the decks we have are
Cheerios.
Yeah, we got Michael Barrett on Cheerios. We got some Boggles, some Grixis Shadows, some Elves, some more Tron, some Bring to Light Scape Shift, some Teamer mid-range, Goblins, Humans, Affinity.
I wonder if Goblins is playing some of the new Goblin cards.
Chain Whirler is amazing. I think that card is going to break into Modern in these Goblin decks, and I think it's going to tear up Standard. I think it's going to absolutely tear up Standard.
I've been watching a lot of Jim Davis's streams this week, and he thinks Chain Whirlers might be like broken.
I think it's going to absolutely. A lot of people think it's much better than
Ferocidon, which is true, and it makes you think, why did they ban Ferocidon if they knew this was coming?
Well, Ferocidon's banning made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
As they described it, but. Like there are a lot of matches where like you could try to side for red.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that the Goblins here is that combo, but
I mean, I legitimately think Chain Whirler is an amazing card. Yeah. That if I were playing Goblins in Modern, which I think this card might make Goblins like a tier 1 or tier 2 deck, I might play 4 of them main board, but if not, certainly 4 in the sideboard. I mean, the card is like really good.
Somebody wouldn't mind seeing Bogles. He just got back into Magic at 4 to 5 years, and I'm playing in GP Vegas this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching Bogles. Who's playing it?
Is anyone playing Bogles?
Yeah, Isaac Hagedorn. I don't know who that is, but
I don't know, but I knew a group of girls that go to Xavier whose last name is Hagedorn. I wonder if they're related.
Huh. Well, the more you know, the more you calls.
We'll see if the Boggles player is still here. He may have just lost and left. I don't know. Probably not if he's playing Boggles. Boggles, very good deck. Posted a lot of tournament finishes lately.
Wait, so is that a definite no on Mark and Mario EDH?
Whether or not they wanted to see us playing Commander or
it would be what deck did you bring?
My blue-red deck.
It would be blue-red Crazy Maniac from the Crazy Scientist, Mad Scientist versus Kalia of the Vast.
Kalia?
That could be fun.
How much of your deck is legal in Commander?
97% of it.
Okay. So there's 3 banned cards in it?
Yeah. There's the...
Definitely what I want to play against.
Well, I don't know what you want from me. Well, we're playing EDH, not Commander. There's no banned list in EDH.
Oh my god.
Doesn't make sense. It's a casual format.
We also have to consider whether or not there's actually even further matches available. Don't know if that's the case.
Say what?
Matches are currently in sideboarding to be put on camera.
All right, we'll go look for another match, but if all else fails, we'll just play some Commander.
Yeah.
I mean EDH, not Commander.
Wait, that's the same thing?
Not the same thing.
Okay.
We'll be right back, maybe.
Well, I don't know if we'll be back. I think our stream run will go see if there's a match for us to bring on camera.
Don't forget the swamp under the chair.
Oh, yes. We'll make sure we get the swamp under the chair.
Yeah.
I wonder who swamp
Someone had that up their sleeve. They're like, man, I just...
Oh, we got it.
In case I'm playing against another deck that has spells...
Actually, we got 20 minutes. We'll just play some Commander. Any game would be in game 3. And
yeah, I don't really want to watch somebody else. I just want to play.
Right. So you can watch us play some Commander with Mark playing stupid banned cards and Armageddons, and me playing a fun blue-red deck. Disenchant and Bituminous Blast. What do you want from me? It's a terrible deck.
First of all, you're going to say. Fuck off.